Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I wanted to show you a second card that I made up for my Easy Simple Christmas cards series that I'm doing for the 2013 Christmas year. This is another really simple card. It's made with just a punch, paper, and ribbon, and a little bit of bling. I think it came out pretty cute. It's made to look like there's a wreath on top. And I'll show you how I made this card. First, you'll need your 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And we're going to cut it in half again. We're going to cut it on the 11.5 inch side, cut it at 5.5. The 11 inch side. And we'll save this for another card. And while we have that out, this is the paper that I'm going to be using. I'm going to cut this. It's a 6 by 6 from my same paper packs. And I'm going to cut this one at 3 inches. And then I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 inches. So it's going to be 3 by 4 1/4. And that's my little piece for the bottom. Okay, I'm going to get my card base ready. You can score it, but for this it's so simple, I just fold it in half. Match up the corners. Okay, now we have our 3 by 4 1/2, 4 1/4 inch pieces, and we're just going to glue that down to the bottom like that. But before I do, I want to add some ribbon. And I want my ribbon to, I don't want my ends to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of tape, run it across the very tip of the card. Anything excess you can bring over. Then I'm going to lay my ribbon with a little hang over on both sides. Okay. Now I'm going to do a tape on the ends of my ribbon to fold it over on top of itself to make it nice and straight all the way to the line. And that way I have the nice crisp edges on the card. And there's no raw edges showing. Okay, now I'm going to tape this down. To the front bottom of the card. There we go. Okay, that's our half. Our first part of making our card. Then I have a holly punch. You can use a punch or die cut, and I punched out 6 holly branches. This is where all my little scraps I save come in. Now I can throw that piece away. If they're that big, I save them, because I can get these little punches out of them. I can punch out letters, you know, different alphabet letters and stuff like that. Now, I'm just going to take my holly leaves and I'm going to glue them down, but the way I'm gluing it down, I'm just going straight down the middle of the big one. A bit too much came on that one. And I'll start with the top, and I'm like centering that in the middle of the page, going straight down. I don't want the outside edges to be stuck down, just the middle. So I'm just going down, straight down the middle of my holly. And then I'm going to put 2 on each side. And you're going to overlap them some, and I just put the smaller ones to the underneath. There, I do it like that and like a wreath shape. Then I take one of these. What I have is Studio G. I buy all my stuff after Christmas for the year before. They're epoxy brads. And I think I'm going to take the snowflake. And I don't need the, I'm not using it as a brad, so I just take these ends and I just bend them back and forth. Or you can take your Tim Holtz scissors or wire cutters and just clip that little end off. And then make sure those ends are down. Okay. Then I'm going to attach that to the very center. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to use dimensionals. And I'm going to show you this way in case you, I have dimensionals that are really thick, but in case you don't, I'm just going to take my dimensionals attach them to the center. And because these are, the brad is in more, I'm just going to pop out another dimensional, take the tape off, and put another dimensional right on top of those. Okay, and that lifts it out past the rim. I just double dimensioned it on top. And I'm going to put that right in the center of your little branch there. Look like a little wreath. And then I have some jewels here that I'm just going to cut apart. Okay, and that's my card. All I have to do is put my sentiment on the inside. And that's another very simple card. Here's the first one I made. It's that quick and simple to make. Just a little bit of ribbon. This one was a plain ribbon, so I used some rhinestones on it and popped my little embellishment in the middle. And this one had all the holidays already written on it. Happy holidays. And I think I'll take a couple of gold and put them right in the center between each of the words. Okay, there's the card all finished. And it was that simple to make with some ribbon, a piece of cardstock, your card base, a holly punch, and a brad, and a couple more little rhinestones. And here's the card that I had finished earlier. They're very simple and very quick to make. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.